Hi friends, today our topic of discussion is Francis Bacon and his essay of studies. As we are preparing for a competitive examination, we know that our syllabus is very vast. So we have more than hundreds of portions. So only one question we will get from each topic we are studying. So care should be taken not to miss even 1 mark from the part we are studying. Okay, so as the examination point of view, we should know a bit about Francis Bacon. So first we are discussing about him. Who was Francis Bacon? He was Francis Bacon, 1561 to 1626, otherwise known as Lord Verulam, was the father of English essays. He was the writer of Elizabethan age, we know that, contemporary of Shakespeare. And he was the son of Sir Nicholas Bacon and Anne Bacon, and he served as an Attorney General and Lord Chancellor of England. And we know that he was the father of English essays and father of empiricism and father of scientific revolution of Renaissance period. So what is this empiricism is? Knowledge is based on experiences derived from senses. And he wrote 58 essays, and one of the most notable work is Novum Organum. And about his prose style, was inductive method of reasoning, the method of proceeding from the particular to the general. And his style was epigrammatic. His essays had an abrupt beginning and abrupt ending. His essays were enriched with Latin vocabularies, intellectual wisdom, logical arguments, and practical knowledge. And it had a didactic and a pragmatic approach. Some of his essays were of truth, of death, of marriage, and of single life, and of studies, surely. So next we can get into this, our topic of studies. So here in this essay, Bacon highlights the importance of studies in one's life. He starts the essay by saying 3 important benefits of studies. What are these 3 important benefits? It's for gaining delight, and for ornamentation, and for improving ability. So this delight is in the pleasure we get by reading in our private time. And the studies help us to give ornamentation in our speech, and it gives the ability to judge in business or related pursuits. And he says that though some expert men with worldly experience can carry out the plans, this learned man will understand the matters very well than these ordinary people. And what is abuse of studies? He says studying too much will lead to laziness, that is sloth, he says. And too much involvement in studies is affectation, that is showing off of our knowledge. So, and the other thing is that when we begin to see matters on the basis of the bookish knowledge, in practical life it will be absurd. So we have to maintain an equilibrium between this knowledge and this practical life. When we read it, we have to understand how to use this knowledge in practical life. So practical man, sometimes that the crafty man condemns studies, but the wise man use the studies in the real life experience. And what is the real purpose of studies? It is not to argue with people. Our studies is not to believe that it will lead to correct behavior and understanding, or not to make our speech powerful. The real purpose is to weigh and consider, that is, to sharpen our faculties and understanding. And how we have to read books. Next part is that how we have to read book. Bacon says some books are to be tasted and some books are to be swallowed and some others chewed and digested. So which books to be tasted? Because mostly fictional books have to be tasted, because only partial part has to be read, and this books to be swallowed, it will be informative books. Its knowledge is essential for us. So as a capsule we are eating, we should study that. And this theoretical books, that we have to chew and digest, that is, we have to read it with great diligence and attention. And other thing about the choosing of books. So when we read books, the reader should have an idea how to choose a book. That is, important books should be read as an original. But in the case of less important books, we can read the abstracts or the extracts. And next thing he says, reading makes a man complete, and discussion makes a man intelligent or quick or witty, and writing strengthens our memory. So that is the word. Reading makes a full man, conference ready man, and writing an exact man. So that our Samuel Johnson has taken in his own studies, in his essay on studies. And what are the benefits of studying different subjects? Here he says, histories make men wise. So it gives an insight into the past. He can learn from the past experiences. Study of poetry makes us witty. And mathematics makes us subtle. That is, it gives us the power of understanding, a power of reasoning. And natural philosophy makes people deep. That is, it gives the depth of mind. And morals make us grave. Logic and rhetoric makes the people comprehensive. So Bacon believed that the thing is that then another thing is that these studies pass into character. A man's character is influenced by the type of books he is reading. Another thing is that Bacon believed that there is no problem of mind that cannot be resolved by appropriate study. Just as physical exercises improves the condition of various body parts, like bowling is good for bladder and kidneys, shooting for lungs and breast, walking for stomach, and riding for head. These studies will cure all our mental diseases. For example, a distracted man can study mathematics. It will give him concentration. And those who are unable to make distinctions, they should study philosophy. And the people who are not quick in passing through matters, they have to study law. So these are the benefits of studying. And we are concluding the essay. Bacon says in the conclusion that a lot of benefits are there for studies. So even though this essay lack of any emotional or emotional expressions, it's a wonderful effort on the importance of studying. So some famous quotations are there in this essay that we should know from which essay is taken. So I will give those quotations in the last part that will help you to study very deeply this essay. So have a good day. Thank you. These are some famous quotations from of studies. First one, studies serve for delight, for ornament, and for ability. Second one, reading makes a full man, conference a ready man and writing an exact man. Third, some books should be tasted, some devoured, but only a few should be chewed and digested thoroughly. Next one. History makes man wise, poets witty, mathematics subtle, and natural philosophy deep. Next one. To spend too much time in studies is sloth. Next. Crafty men condemn studies, simple men admire them, and wise men use them. Next. Studies perfect nature and are perfected still by experience. Next. If a man's wit be not apt to distinguish or find differences, let him study the schoolmen, for they are simony sectors, splitters of hairs. Natural abilities are like natural plants that need pruning by study. Last one, if a man's wit be wandering, let him study the mathematics. So these are some of the famous quotations. So study them well, so we can perform well in our examination. Okay.